Well, hello, fellow Arima owners. I've been waiting all season to put this video together to share this information with you. I upgraded my motor this year. For those of you that watch the channel, you know that I run a Arima Sea Ranger 21 hardtop. And the boat originally came with a Honda 150, and it was a 2006. So I kind of figured, it's 20 years, time to upgrade. I spend most of my time off the coast and make tuna runs and things like that. Over the last several years, as I was making the decision to repower, which I knew I was going to repower, and I was asking a lot of questions in different forums about going to higher horsepower motors, there really wasn't a lot of information out there. I was a little nervous, I'll be honest about it. I was afraid I was going to lose fuel economy going to the larger motor, and that could have caused a problem to make tuna runs, because fuel is very precious on tuna runs, especially with small boats. But I ended up going with a 200 because it's not that I wanted the extra speed, I wanted the extra torque, especially going through the Columbia River bar, which anybody that lives in the Pacific Northwest knows that bar, knows it can get pretty nasty in there, and I wanted that power for that bar. So it wasn't about speed. So a couple things that had to be done. One was I had a Baystar steering system in here, so that had to get changed out because the Baystar is only good for up to 150 horsepower motors. So I had to have a C-Star hydraulic steering system put in. And what I can share with you is that the motor has been absolutely great. I'm not going to get into why I didn't choose a Yamaha over a Suzuki or vice versa. I know that everyone has a point of view about that kind of stuff. What I can share with you is I didn't go with Honda again because they don't have a 4-cylinder model, and their 6-cylinder was just too much weight. I didn't want to add that much weight to the back of the boat, because for those of you that own Arimas, you know that the back ends are kind of heavy anyway because the fuel tank's back there. So my only two options were a inline 4, either Yamaha or Suzuki. And again, I'm not going to get into why I chose Suzuki. That'll just cause a lot of controversy. But anyway, so I had the opportunity to run the motor now through the entire season, and the fuel economy was considerably better, getting somewhere around 3.25 to 3.5 miles per gallon on the ocean, depending on conditions, obviously. Sometimes I had as low as 3 miles per gallon. Other times I had as high as almost 4 miles per gallon. So just depends on what's going on out there. But fuel economy definitely increased about 20%. And the top speed, which it's really not that important to me, but I want to say my top speed was around 42 or 44 miles per hour, which I never go that fast, especially even on the ocean. But again, the cruising speed's really nice. To be able to come back on a flat ocean, back from a tuna trip, and you're cruising at 30 plus miles per hour was really nice. So I think it's a great option for these boats. The maximum horsepower is 200 horsepower, and I just love the way that it jumps out of the water and everything that it does. So anyway, feel free to leave some comments, ask questions, but I want to share that with all of you guys, because I know I've asked the question about going to a 200 for a number of years on different forums, and this is the actual results of what happened during the season. So